Okay, this is the Devops mock interview day 75. Okay, we already completed 74 mock interviews. Whoever watching this video on YouTube, if you missed that mock interviews, go and check in. Right, go and check the page section, Devops interview question and answers. There you can find all interview questions. Please like this video so that we will get motivation to continue this mock interviews. Yeah, hi Swapna, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Swapna. I'm passionate about DevOps and cloud technologies. I have hands-on experience with the tools like AWS, Jenkins, Kubernetes, Docker. I am proficient in managing the CI/CD pipelines, automating the infrastructure, and ensuring the continuous delivery. I am compatible with the version control using the Git and monitoring code quality tools like SonarQube. Additionally, I have experience in this Nexus for the artifacting management, and I have worked in a Helm chart for the deploying application in a Kubernetes cluster. I am also skilled up in the configuration management and automating the using Ansible, which has helped me to streamline the workflow and improve operational efficiency. Furthermore, I have experience in monitoring alerting using the Prometheus and Grafana, enabling the real-time and performance tracking, visualization, virtualization, and efficient issues resolution. This combination of tools has enhanced my capability to ensure the application runs smoothly and scalable. I believe my strong technical foundation combines with my ability to collaborate effectively with the teams, allowing me to solve the complex problems while the insurance system is reliable, scalable, and secure. I am excited about the opportunity to contribute to your team and further develop my skills in challenging environment. Thank you for giving me that opportunity.
Yeah, Swapna, like whatever the introduction you have done, right? It
Yeah.
is not up to the mark because it is like you are reading something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure. I'll be
so
prompt.
it will be like you are reading something and you are going a little bit fast. Go a little bit slow and practice well.
Okay.
So I have one doubt. Are you reading it by seeing in your notepad? Uh,
Yeah, actually, I prepared, but I'm reading somewhat. Miss, if I stuck, I'm reading as well.
okay, okay. Because I can easily identify. Okay, you have
Okay, yeah.
kept something in front of you and you are reading.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay, okay, no issues. But just practice it.
Yeah,
Slowly,
sure.
you will definitely going to improve.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, and please like this video. We are watching this on YouTube. And if you are looking for training, definitely you can ping me on WhatsApp for real-time training in DevOps. I do provide trainings on DevOps as well. Hi Jay, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi Pawan. Good evening to all. My name is Jay. I have 8 years of experience in the IT industry with strong focus on DevOps practice and automation. Over the years, I have gained a hands-on experience with variety of tools and technologies like crucial for building and maintaining scalable, automated, and efficient development pipelines. I have deep understanding of CI/CD process. For that, I have worked on extensively with Jenkins for automating deployments and testing. Docker for containerization and Kubernetes for orchestrating and managing containerized application at the scale. I'm also well versed in the Git for version control and Ansible for configuration management, which I use it to automate the infrastructure provisioning. In addition to that, I have strong background in AWS, having managed cloud infrastructure and services such as EC2, S3, IAM, Lambda, RDS, these tools. I'm also familiar with monitoring and logging tools like Prometheus and Grafana, which I use it to ensure the system performance and troubleshooting the issues and manage the metrics. I'm passionate about the streamlining workflows, improving the automation, and ensuring system and reliability and scalability. I enjoy collaborating with the development and operation teams to bridge the gap between the software development and the IT operations, ensuring a smooth and efficient delivery of the software products. I'm excited about this opportunity to contribute my skills and continue growing as a DevOps professional. Thank you for having me today. This is short about myself.
Oh, yeah, Jay, same applies for you as well. You are going too much fast.
Okay.
Yeah, because whenever you teach something, opposite person need to understand. You are going a little bit fast, so that exactly I can able to get it because I know already I'm professional in DevOps. I know what is infrastructure, what is containerization.
Okay.
It should be understandable for everyone whoever who doesn't know even DevOps, if you are telling about infrastructure, the word should right opposite person will get it.
Okay.
You are speaking a little bit fast, so it's getting other word in the place of infrastructure. It is something else I'm getting. So once
Okay.
check this recording, you will get to know.
Definitely, I will go through this recording and I will now.
Questions for me. So, what will you ask lastly after
Sorry,
interview?
interview.
Yeah, after interview will ask us, no, okay, what is any questions about this
Yes.
for me, something. So, what will ask?
Yeah, that one we already discussed during project sessions. If you remember, if you go to
Okay.
GitHub, right, DevOps real time, just go
Hmm.
to day one. There, if interviewer ask like, do you have any
Hmm.
questions? Then definitely you can ask them like, can you please explain about me about the project,
Hmm.
or can you please explain about me the role you are looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I get an opportunity, what will be my roles and responsibilities in your company or in your current in this current position, or may I know about this position?
Okay.
Yeah, like this you can
And
able to ask. You just need
yes.
to you will get clarity. Okay, once if I get a job, what on which tool I will going to work. You will get a crystal clear clarity if you ask this type of questions,
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
because
Sure.
you are asking about your role. It's not a mistake. Some people will ask something else. You should not do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people will tell, okay, HR will comes to you.
Hmm.
Okay, HR will let you know about this. Then simply, okay, thank you, ignore. Because some people will allow to take interviews. Technical person will take an interview and they are not allowed to reveal anything. So that's the reason what they will tell simply HR will get back to you and she will explain you about this all these things. Then
Hmm.
simply politely say thank you so much for the opportunity. That's it. I just want to know about my role and thank you so much. Then you
Yes.
can close the interview.
And suppose that what is your daily roles and responsibility? So, how to explain that? Can you please?
So daily roles and responsibilities, right?
Yeah.
I will do one thing. For project, I provided you a script, right?
Okay.
For roles and responsibilities also, I will prepare a script,
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
okay, and I will share it to you.
Yes.
For
Thank
JU
you.
also,
Yes. Please.
so that roles and responsibility will be very easy.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, I will not provide it to anyone. Until now, I didn't provide anyone. Okay, for you, but it will take at least 2 to 3 days.
Yeah. No problem, sir.
Okay, and just share me. Okay, roles and responsibilities, right? Okay, I will check. I have your script, right?
Yes.
According
Yes.
to your script, I will provide. I will prepare a roles and responsibilities.
Yes. Yes. Sure.
Okay, no issues. I will share my screen. Okay. Yeah, whoever watching this video on YouTube, please like this video so that I will upload more mock interviews. So first question is, how do you handle a pod that is stuck in a crash loop back of state? Right now, I'm working in a company where I work on mostly on Kubernetes troubleshooting. Okay, I used to get cases, right? Pod got stuck, pod is not pod in pending state like that. They used to raise it cases. That case will come to me, and I need to work and I need to troubleshoot. I need to help them until the pod was come to running state. Okay. In the same way, you also, if you are working in the complete Kubernetes part, you will also your role also will be same. Okay. In the interview also definitely they will ask how you will troubleshoot a pod. Okay. Then you can explain. I got a right? Pod where the pod went to the crash loop backup state. There I've done the steps. This then it got resolved. What you have done in Kubernetes. If they ask like this, you can explain. Okay. Yeah. Now tell me, how do you handle a pod that is stuck in crash loop backup state?
For that, we can check the first
First,
logs.
logs.
If we get an error message from the logs only, we can go through that.
Yeah, even kid can able to tell, right? Even I can able to tell by
Yes,
checking the logs. I can able to
that is the first
get the
step.
solution. But how I will going to check? What is a command to check? You need to explain.
Okay. Kubectl logs and pod name.
Okay.
Then
Then
we can describe the pod in detail by using kubectl describe pod name. And then we can check the
super,
any
super.
error.
Like this, you need to tell. So nowadays DevOps is not as straightforward. Okay. If you tell by checking the logs, you can able to find the opposite person will right get automatically right. He get repeat. He just get into a state that he doesn't know anything.
Okay.
Nowadays, people expecting explanation. So first thing, I will just execute kubectl get pods, and I will get to know what is the state of the pod, whether it is a pending or crash loop back, right? Whatever the state of the pod, I will check first. Then after, I will describe the pod. I will get an events. So depending upon that event, I get to have I will get some idea why this pod was went into the crash loop backup state. For further troubleshooting, I will just check the logs, kubectl logs on the pod name. Okay. Accordingly, I will troubleshoot that pod. There might be a disk issues. There might be a memory and RAM issues. There might be an application code configuration issue. Accordingly, depending upon that error message, right, I am going to resolve that issue. Next question. So, how do you configure Kubernetes for zero downtime deployment?
Using blue green deployment and um, a rolling update, we can ensure the zero downtime in Kubernetes.
How do you configure, right? You're asking,
Yes,
not implement, how to implement.
implementation, configure, everything will comes.
Only one question. Yeah,
I
and
just
as you,
want a zero downtime. Whatever the application is running, it should be a zero downtime.
yeah, we have a
Yeah,
have,
using deployment file, we will ensure that deployment manifest file.
Yes, you are right. That's it.
Yeah, deployment will helps us to roll back update and reliability scalings and all. So deployments will helps us to for the zero time downtime.
Okay. Next question. So, what do you do if a node becomes unreachable? In the Kubernetes, there will be nodes, right? If the node is unreachable, this type of issues also I got node not ready state. Okay. How do you what do you do if a node becomes unreachable?
First, we need to check the logs. So kubectl logs node name. After that, describe the node. So if any issue or anything will stuck, so we'll check there and we'll do action as per the logs. We'll get.
Okay, Jay, you want to add something?
yes, we can verify the node connectivity by using ping command. by using another node or SSH by
Super.
inspects the node logs also. We can
Okay.
any errors getting from the kube studio logs.
Okay. We will check the answer after a few minutes. Okay. So how do you scale a deployment in Kubernetes?
Uh, by using replicas, we can scale up or scale down.
How do you scale a deployment in Kubernetes?
kubectl scale deployment name. Using that command, we can scale the
Okay, kubectl
Kubernetes
scale,
cluster.
that's it.
Deployment name.
Okay, deployment name, then automatically it will be scaled.
Replicas equals to number of replicas.
Yes,
Yeah.
you need to mention that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Replicas will
Require.
nothing but deployment equal to something number, then automatically it will be increased.
Yes.
So how do you troubleshoot DNS issues in Kubernetes? This one also I got. They like I got one case. They just trying to curl the node. Sorry, curl the DNS IP. What they are getting issue. Okay, how do you troubleshoot DNS issues in Kubernetes? So this one mock interview is enough for you to crack any interview related to Kubernetes because same questions will be repeated. Repeat too much repeated questions I have kept in this mock. Okay, I will update this in the GitHub as well. Please go through it and prepare well so that you can crack anything a part of Kubernetes. Okay, I will go to the next question. So, do you know what is the role of config map and secret in Kubernetes?
Configure will ensure this information means about configuration or that will secure using config map, and secrets is about password and more secure information we can store using secret in Kubernetes.
Yes. Uh, for Consumax, we are storing non-sensitive data. In the secrets, we are just storing sensitive data. The main
Yeah,
difference.
super. So, something like this you can able to tell in the interview.
Yes, sir.
But still, I'm not satisfied. You need to explain. Okay, as I said,
Yeah. Only I have given one example.
how do you implement service discovery in Kubernetes? I know it's a little bit complicated question. You will get to know. Okay, let just wait. Do you know like how you will secure your cluster? Of course, if you are working in a company, in your company's Kubernetes cluster also you will going to maintain. But at that time, how you will secure that Kubernetes cluster? Same question. Here also, how do you secure your Kubernetes cluster? Just think over it. You are working for the Kubernetes cluster. What are the ways to secure that? I know you. It is very difficult question.
Yes, sir.
You don't know, but think what you can able to do to secure it.
We can do rollback access control.
Super. Okay.
And it's a TLS communication.
TLS communication. I didn't
It
get
means
you.
use TLS certificates for the all
Super.
communication.
Okay. So Swapna, almost you are right. Role-based access control. By using role-based access control, definitely your total Kubernetes cluster will be protected and secured. And one more thing,
By using,
if you are maintaining any TLS certificate, as Jay said, maintain it as a secrets, Kubernetes
by using
secret.
by using secrets also we can secure.
Yes.
Yes.
whatever certificate we are using, we need to maintain it as a security secret. So how do you persist data in Kubernetes?
Using volumes, we can persist the data in Kubernetes. Volume is helps us to persist the data.
That's it. As I said you right, by just straightforward also will not going to help because DevOps is not a question and answers. Okay, you need to explain. So you need to take an example like that. You need to explain. So why we will process the data? Why we are using volume? What is the purpose of that? Because
Okay,
container whenever restart the data will be lost. For that we have a volumes. Using volumes we are going to process the data
great.
present inside the container. Like that you need to explain so that they will get to know, okay, you are expert in Kubernetes, you know about it, and you already working professional, and you have right capable skill on it. If you simply tell straightforward answer, right, they will imagine that okay, you are just Google it, you are reading it something.
Okay, so
If the content is also lost, we can get the data, right? By using burst. Well,
Sorry.
yes,
if the
persistent
content,
volume will help for
the
this.
container, we log the container, we can get the data by.
Yes, you can add this point as well, Jay, you are right.
Okay.
So if you tell like this, right, or explain, if you add the advantages, definitely it will help. So how do you debug a pod that's not starting? Pod is not starting. How you will debug that?
The pod status, we can check the pod status.
We
Same.
can change container as well, container logs if any issue is about containers.
Normally container will right run inside the pod.
Yes.
By checking the pod status you will get it. Pod status is nothing but container status itself.
What is the pending status, creating status? Then we can describe the pod also.
Do you know what is the difference between this deployment and stateful set?
Yeah, deployment.
Deployment will ensure the number of words will runs, and deployments helps in a rolling update, and using stateful set we can ensure the means secure security. So yeah, like database and all, we can deploy using stateful set.
In deployment, pod can be scaled up or scaled down without any order. In stateful state, the in only order by one uh, is not designed for the persistent storage deployments. It is stateful state is designed for the PVC for the each pod. Stateless application by using deployments. It is a stateful application like a databases, SQL.
Okay, you both right. Improve. You need to improve a lot in this Kubernetes part. You are whatever you are telling it, it's not up to the mark. If you ask me difference between Kubernetes and stateful set, I will simply tell deployment is for stateless application, right? Stateful
Yes.
set for the stateful application. Like for suppose if I want to deploy web server, I will use state deployment. If I want to deploy a database, I will go with stateful set. Coming to deployment and stateful set difference, right? You are asking me. So the difference is in the deployment. Whenever you create a pod, we will get a names. We will get a name in such a way. Whenever I delete the pod in the deployment, I got a new pod with a new name. But in the stateful set, I get a pod with a unique names 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. For suppose if I delete any pod, the name will not going to change. Name become constant in the stateful set. But in deployment, every time a new name will be get it for a new pod. And deployment will have a shared volume and stateful set will have a separate volume for each pod. So these are the difference between the deployment and stateful set. If you tell like this, right, opposite person will definitely going to, right, impress or not. I am asking you the difference. You are explaining what is deployment and what is stateful set. It's not help. You need to compare it and explain.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, sir.
No issues, I will provide you the answers, right? Just go through it and read it. Okay, add it to your brain memory whenever you are attending Kubernetes interviews, right? Anyway, I will conduct mocks continuously, right? At that time, whenever I ask you the same question, you should not sit idle.
Definitely.
So how do you configure HTTPS for a Kubernetes ingress?
Yeah.
I I know it. This is the real-time question. You will not able to answer it. So how do you monitor Kubernetes cluster? You said
Using
how
Prometheus
you
and
will secure.
Grafana.
Okay, super, super. Yeah, definitely by using a monitoring tool, Prometheus and Grafana, we can able to monitor the
Yeah.
pod status, no, everything. So how do you set up a custom namespace? The mock will go a little bit long. Is it okay?
Okay, no issues.
Okay.
Yeah, by using create namespace by command like kubectl create namespace.
Okay. How do you configure pod affinity and anti affinity? I am just planning to cover total Kubernetes in this single mock. Is it okay, right?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pod affinity and anti affinity. Next, I will conduct same in the Kubernetes also itself. Same questions with right different words. I will ask so that this interview you just failed. Imagine next interview. If I ask it again, right, questions will be different. Answers will be same. Understood?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Because Kubernetes is very important. If you know, if you become expert in Kubernetes, right, that's enough for you to get a job in the DevOps. Am I right? Market is looking for people who are expert in Kubernetes itself. If I'm wrong, just let me know.
Yeah, most of the questions comes from the Kubernetes only. I recently faced the interviews, right?
Okay.
People are asking on Kubernetes.
Okay. Whatever the questions I'm added, right? These questions, do you
Yeah,
did you get
yeah.
it?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
getting the deployment and the stateful set question, ingress question, and
Okay.
I get one question. So, how to get Jenkins backup and so that's is in your some maybe 12th interview.
Okay. Jenkins is a separate thing. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Now we are discussing about Kubernetes part, right? Definitely.
in Kubernetes, like ingress and egress, something they are asking. I don't know. I never.
Yeah, node affinities also they asked for me.
Yeah, definitely. So Jay, if you already learned Kubernetes, right, you should not tell I don't know ingress and all.
Ah, I'm not telling. Ingress, yeah. Ingress I don't want. Egress I never listen the word. Egress.
So do you know what is this pod affinity and anti affinity?
Yeah, pod affinity is like schedule the pods on the same node. Comes from pod anti affinity is schedule different nodes.
That is node affinity, right?
Pod
Node
affinity.
affinity nothing but on the same node you will going to schedule the pod. If it is anti affinity, you will not going to schedule on that particular node.
Yeah,
Other than that
different.
node, you will schedule. But what is pod affinity? There are two things: pod affinity and pod anti affinity.
No.
For suppose there is a pod A is running. If you want to schedule a pod B beside a pod A, where in that particular node, if I use a pod affinity, a pod B will be created beside the pod A. Anti affinity, pod B will not going to created beside the pod A. It will be created right apart from pod A where it is not running. Okay, like for suppose in the node one, if pod A is running, if I give anti affinity, no, in the node 2 pod B will be sit like that. That is a pod affinity. There is a relationship between the pods. That's the reason it is a pod affinity. If it is relationship with a node, then it is a node affinity. So how do you update a running application in Kubernetes? Application is running. You want to right? Obviously, you will update the version.
By using blue green deployment strategy.
That is a strategy.
That is
I'm asking you the application is running. How you will update it?
Deployment will ensure that means like a blue green deployment. Suppose once green deployment is ready to work, so till that blue deployment will work. So for that we'll use deployment manifesto
Okay, how do you expose an application externally in Kubernetes? I want to expose an
using
application.
using services like
load balancer service.
Okay, as I mentioned, right? You should not answer the question straightforward. I know the answer. I know how, right? Using load balancer, I will expose. But you need to explain me, right?
Yeah,
yeah, we
using load balancer service, we can expose the application to the outside world. So in that we can create the manifest file, and we mention the port as well. So using that we can easily expose to the outside world. Thank
So now you are up to the mark. You explain, at least you try to explain me something. But I am expecting more than this. In the next mock interview, you should not miss it. So do you know what is the difference between readiness and liveness probe? Almost everything, every question right related to Kubernetes was covered in this mock interview. Difference between readiness and liveness probe. Damn sure questions. This 20 questions will definitely going to come in your every mock interview. So not every not mock in every real interview which you attend. If you are not getting right, just come to me. You will damn sure you will get it. Only out of this itself, not right. You will not get a new questions. Same questions will be repeated. If you follow right, if you practice right blindly, if you follow this, you will easily crack 50 to 60% of the interview. Okay. What is the difference between readiness and liveness probe?
Readiness will check the if pod is ready to use or not. So if not, it will restart. And liveness is used for the our pod is live or not. It will check, and suppose it's not live, it will restart again.
No, same. Both will do the same job. Jay?
The readiness probe is application inside the container is ready to handle the request. To liveness probe, to container is still running and healthy to determine.
Okay, what is the difference? I said you right, you are just explaining me what is readiness, what is liveness, but I'm expecting you to deal with the
Yeah.
difference.
Uh, when it fails, a Kubernetes will stop the sending traffic to the container.
We,
In,
what stop?
in readiness,
Yes,
the liveness, the Kubernetes will kill the container and attempt to restart it.
super. This is the difference. I should not point out. You need to tell. Okay, how do you set up a private Docker registry for Kubernetes? Every
But
questions right, too very much important. I'm telling you right. Every question was damn sure question. How do you set up a private Docker registry for Kubernetes? Final question on the Kubernetes. How do you configure a job in Kubernetes? Shall we check the answers?
sure,
So, what is the first question I asked? How do you handle a pod that is stuck in crash loop backup state? So, the answer for this check pod logs, kubectl logs pod name, verify if the container has the necessary configuration on environmental variables, investigate the container's readiness or liveness probe. For suppose example, a database container is failing because it's lack credentials. Updating the deployment with proper secrets fixed the issue. Okay, who whenever pod went to the crash loop back state due to the liveness and readiness probe issue only, this pod will go to crash loop backup state. What is the crash loop backup? Crash loop back off. What is the meaning? If container will get crashed, pod will restart. Right? Crash loop back off. Nothing but it will have some back off limit. If the back off limit was exhausted, right, it will going to restart. That is a loop back off. Crash loop back off. It will try to restart. That's the meaning. So how do you configure Kubernetes for zero downtime deployment? So you can use a rolling update, right? In the rolling update, you will give max surge. Then automatically your pod will going to run depending upon the max surge you have kept. In the deployment, you will mention the strategy or not. So how like what do you do if a node becomes unreachable? So first thing you will execute kubectl get nodes, right? If it's marked as a not ready, check logs. Kubectl describe node and the node name. Okay, what is the possible option? You can drain your node. Then after investigate the node's kubelet or system logs. Then depending upon that, why like for suppose if there is a kubelet service is not running, you will need to restart that kubelet service. Okay, accordingly you can troubleshoot. So what is kubectl drain will do? Do you know?
No, sir.
Google it and answer me. Drain will just remove the pods what are the running in that particular node and it will shift to the healthy nodes because that node is not working. There is no point of right what are the pods was there, it will be going to shifted. Understood? That is what drain. So how do you scale a deployment in Kubernetes? Kubectl scale deployment name replicas equal to
Number of replicas.
yes. If you want to do the automatically, then you can use HPA, right? Horizontal pod autoscaler. If the CPU percentage is 50 more than 50%, I have kept a limit of minimum 1, maximum 10. Then automatically, whenever the traffic was increased and the CPU was percentage was increased, automatically the replicas will be handled in the backend. Every time going and updating replicas, it's not a good approach, right? If you want to automate, you can use HPA. So how do you troubleshoot the DNS issues in Kubernetes? So kubestate will get pods minus and kube system. In the kube system namespace itself, your DNS core DNS pod will be going to run. So you need to log in into that, and you can check the NS lookup, or you can check the resolve conf /resolve conf. In that there is some configurations. Accordingly, you need to check to resolve the issue. So what is the role of config map and secret in Kubernetes? Config map stores non-sensitive data, secret stores sensitive information. Super. So this is the example. Secret key reference, name of your secret and the key. How do you implement service discovery in Kubernetes? So Kubernetes services provide built-in DNS names. Example, my service in namespace default is accessible at my service.default.svc.cluster.local. Like this, you can able to identify. Like for suppose there is a service called as Neo. Just imagine Neo service is running, and it is running on the namespace dev. Then how I will identify? Right, neo dot dev dot svc dot cluster dot local. Okay, just describe your service, you will get it. Of already a built-in DNS names will be applied for your services. How do you secure Kubernetes cluster? Of course, enable role-based access control, use network policy to restrict traffic, scan images and vulnerabilities before deployment. So how do you persist data in Kubernetes? We will be using persistent volume and persistent volume claims. How do you debug a pod that's not starting? Describe pod, check the logs. What is the difference between deployment and stateful set? Deployment for stateless application, stateful set for stateful application. Scales pods independently, ensures ordered deployment and a unique network identity. How do you configure HTTPS in Ingress? Okay, TLS host names. Okay, for the TLS certificate, you will use a secret. HTTPS is nothing but TLS itself, right? How do you monitor a Kubernetes cluster? Use Prometheus and Grafana. How do you set up a custom namespace? Kubectl will create namespace name. How do you configure pod affinity and anti-affinity? If you see pod anti-affinity, required during scheduling, ignored during execution, label selector, match labels app, my app. So it will go and search for the match label with a label, right? App, my app. So here anti-affinity. So what it will do? Whenever it find a pod with a label map app my app, it is not going to create the pod beside that or in
So
that particular node. It will create on some other node.
in same manifest file, we can use affinity and pod affinity, anti-affinity.
Yes.
Yes.
How do you update a running application in Kubernetes? You can edit the deployment. Okay, kubectl edit deployment. Okay, or you can write a new manifest file as well.
We can directly update it, right?
Yeah, we can directly update, but it's not a good method. You can create a new manifest file and updated deployment, like give the update like this name, and you can edit it and you can apply it. How do you expose an application externally in Kubernetes? You can use a service of load balancer. So what is the difference between readiness and liveness probe? Readiness probe determines if a pod is ready to serve traffic. Liveness probe checks if the pod is still running. How do you set up a private Docker registry for Kubernetes? Create a secret with Docker credentials. kubectl create secret Docker registry. Okay, secret and the server and the Docker username and the Docker password. If you are using Docker Hub as a registry, okay. If you are using ECR, then you need to use ECR credentials. How do you configure a job in Kubernetes? Okay, this is the job manifest file. So these questions, question and answers commonly asked in real-time Kubernetes interviews. Okay, and it will help you to your hands-on expertise. This is more than enough to crack any right question in the Kubernetes. Next we will be having a mock in the Kubernetes itself. So just go through it. Again, I will conduct mock on this. Then on, I will get to know how much perfect you are.
Okay.
That's it for today. I will stop the recording. Yeah, whoever watching this video on YouTube, if you are still watching until this time, so definitely you are too much dedicated and you are also struggling to get a job. No issues. Definitely you will also get a job. In your friend circle who are looking for training, right? DevOps training. Definitely you can share this video or you can share the number and they can ping me on the WhatsApp and they can join the live classes daily. That's it for today. I will stop the recording.